Hey everyone, John from Rollercam. We're here with Paul from Equipt Expedition Outfitters. Paul, thanks for having us. Tell us about Equipt.
So Equipt Expedition Outfitters is our name. We go by Equipt. We've been around for 18 years now. We started in 2006 importing expedition equipment from South Africa and from Europe, and grown the business ever since. And we're standing in our showroom here in Salt Lake City, Utah. It's been a wonderful journey, incredible time.
What sets Equipt apart from other outdoor overlanding adventure companies?
Well, I think it comes down to a couple of things. One, I think, is experience, and the other one is service. Our experience here in the shop, I have over a half century of adventure style travel under my belt, plus our team has a lot of experience in a lot of different areas. And what we can bring to the table is, for somebody that doesn't know what they're doing, we can help them out to start with and get them the things that will enhance their experience in adventure travel. If we come to somebody that is experienced and is looking to outfit a vehicle to travel the world, literally, we can help at that level too, with ideas and insight and components that will make the travel a lot easier.
What specialty? So you're an importer, I can see, of a lot of things. Well, what's your specialty? What do you pride yourself on? What products?
So there are 4 brands that we are the U.S. distributor for. So we bring these products in and we distribute them across the country, as well as sell them at a retail level. The first company is Eezi-Awn. They make rooftop tents, roof racks, and awning systems. Some of the best expedition level products that you can get. Second company is a company called National Luna. National Luna makes portable refrigerator freezers, as well as battery management systems. The third company is a company called Escape Gear out of Cape Town, South Africa, and they build expedition-grade seat covers for any type of vehicle that they can come across. And finally, from Denmark is the company Alubox, and that's what we're taking a look at here. These are commercial and military transport cases that we put our toys in and go and have a good time.
But these are made in Denmark.
Correct.
Wonderful.
Yep. Those are the four products that we bring to the United States, as well as for Utah specifically. We're the exclusive Utah dealer for scout campers, as well as AT overland toppers.
A little while ago, you were explaining the difference between overlanding, and you had a new term for it. Could you go into that again?
Sure. Overlanding is getting kicked around quite a bit, and the term overland and what all that means. And that the most distilled definition that I have heard is vehicle-dependent adventure travel, whatever that adventure might be. If a vehicle's involved and you're going out and having a good time, and whatever that might be, it could be hunting, biking, surfing, whatever you choose to be your adventure, that's part of what we're trying to assist with, is supporting adventure travel.
Paul, tell me about your core philosophy. Like, where are you coming from?
So what we at Equipt believe is that there's a transformative power for adventure travel. It changes you as a person. And what I mean by that is that anytime that you can travel to somewhere new, talk to somebody new, see new things, it expands your mind. I think it changes your perspective. And I also think that it also helps bring a little bit more tolerance in your personal life to the people around you and the experiences around you. And it makes you a better person. And that's why I've been doing that for the last 50 years, is I feel better about myself and how I treat others because of what I've seen and done around the world.
So I've heard a lot about these Aluboxes.
Yep,
Alubox. I've heard a lot about the Alubox, that they're super durable. Do you have any real-world examples of times when they've held up, or your experience with them?
Boy, they really are amazing cases. They're a fully aluminum construction. And they're more of a military and commercial transport case than just a case for us to fill with toys and run around with. So they've been used all over the world in any type of climate you can imagine, anywhere from the Arctic to the Antarctic, traversing Iceland. They've been on my vehicles for years, and I've taken them from Alaska to Central America. They do an incredible job at what they do. Some of the things I like about them is that they're lockable, they're bear-proof when locked. They hold up to a lot of use and wear and tear. This box has had a history. You can tell it already. Some of our friends, like the friends up at Expedition Overland, they're a little bit addicted to Aluboxes. They're up around 60 cases, and they've been taking them to just about every continent on the planet that they've traveled so far, and love how they work for them. They're dust tight, watertight, and they keep everything nice and clean and is sorted on the inside. There's no water ingress, sun issues. Nothing's going to happen to your products that are on the inside of here. I really trust them for my travels.
So there's, I mean, I'm guessing, oh, I see, there's a rubber gasket.
Yes, it's a silicone bead gasket that they put around on the top of the wall to create a form seal on the lid. And you can see there's a little groove right there. You can see that. So when it closes and you put the cam on there, there's a lot of pressure on it. That seals the case up nice and tight. And the reason why they did that seal on the top of the lid or the wall is that if you ever did something that you had an issue or you abraded or cut it or had some type of concern there, that we can take that silicone bead out of there, replace it in heartbeat, and you're back in business.
Great. I mean, it's the thing that strikes me, and I mean, I just think of Pelican cases, like those used to be the standard, the classic, when you wanted to protect things. And this box is just this aluminum empty box. It doesn't have any way to keep things organized or like protected. You know, like I always like the foam padding and everything. I don't see that here. Is that an option?
Absolutely is an option. What I like about the Aluboxes versus like a Pelican case is that interior volume to the exterior dimension ratio. If you look at it, it's a thin wall material here. It's about a third of the weight of a Pelican case. And you get a lot more interior space to utilize in the same exterior space. Yes, we do have a lot of ways of organizing the interior of a case like this. Boy, there's a lot of fun toys in this one. We have divider systems, padded systems that you can create your own unique divided compartments within a case to sort your equipment out and keep it organized and safe. We have panels, MOLLE panels that fit on the lid. We have deck tops to use these as steps if you'd like to. We also even have a cutting board that fits nice into the lid here if you're using it as a mess kit. So lots of ways to organize and make this a better solution.
So Paul, as I was looking at this box,
Yeah.
I noticed that it's a bit of a mess. There's a lot of stuff in here.
There is a menagerie of items in here. That is for darn sure. We've got DEET, we've got smoked mussels right next to the frying pan, next to the EpiPen. There are some awesome products in there. I don't know if I put them all together, but that's going to be fun to sort out.
Right. So you have this product
Yes.
though, that allows us to do that.
Uh-huh.
Can you introduce that to us?
Absolutely. This is a product made by Alubox, the same folks that are making the aluminum cases, and it's a product called RuumX. And what it is it is a do-it-yourself organization kit that creates a padded floor, a perimeter wall system, and enough material for you to create any divider system that makes sense for you. So you utilize your equipment in its specific space, and it allows you to keep it all nice, safe, snug, and right where it goes.
Okay.
Let's take a look inside this kit, and I'll show you some of the pieces that are a part of this kit. So in here, what we have is quite a few different components. At the bottom, right there, we have a floor. Now that floor goes, of course, on the bottom, or the floor of the case, and it has a backing material on it. You can either stick this to the floor of your case, or I prefer not to, because sometimes you want to take that out there or replace it if it gets damaged.
Clean it,
Whatever. So it's going to sit down there. Gravity's going to hold it in place without any problem there at all. We also have, on top here, we have another piece of the same material that has cutouts, and each one of these cutouts is for the strap that holds the lid up in place right through here. So that goes on the lid, and then we have the rest of these pieces.
Can you show me? I guess
Sure.
when you said that it goes on the lid.
Yeah, let's open this lid and I'll show you. Got it?
It's going to
So this is going to fit right in there.
And that's to protect items just from
Correct. And holding it, or
bouncing.
yes, bouncing it, and it also protects the lid as well as the product that is inside. It also dampens it, keeps it nice and quiet for you, so you're not rattling every time. These are the perimeter wall. And so what this piece is already pre-cut. You notice how they cut those just through 1/2 of the material. And instead of cutting it at a 90-degree angle, which would be great in a really square box, because the Aluboxes have a rounded corner, they cut it in 2 places to help with the rounding of that perimeter. This now becomes the interior perimeter of your box. All right, so now we have that in there. And these pieces are put together with a set of stainless steel pins. So each of these pins will fit in the corrugations of our padded wall. So we have the two walls there together. Put a pin in each side, and now that becomes a connected piece.
Well, I think the first thing that strikes me about that is how adjustable you can make it for whatever you're trying to do in the box. This gives you a lot of versatility to create dividers, right?
Sure.
Because that doesn't have to go to the edge. You can put pins in at any point along this way.
So this kit is called a RuumX 42. This is designed for, there are three cases that this is set up for. We have three cases that share the same footprint, length and width. The 42 liter, 60 liter, and 73 liter case. We have two kits. One is the 42 liter kit and one is the 60 liter kit. And the difference is the height of the wall. So if I lay this down here, this one fits in the 42 liter case and fits in any of them, honestly. But if you want a higher wall for a higher divider system, you can buy the 60 liter model, and it's all the same stuff, just taller. Okay? So this is designed and cut specific to this case as a kit. Now, we also have a bunch of material here that is just straight panels. So now we can take any one of those pieces of a panel and put it in here and create a divider system, however you want to make it.
With whatever gear we're trying to put in.
Whatever it could be. It could be a pot set, it could be a set of spatulas, it could be an EpiPen. Whatever you want it to be on the inside, you can set it up and create those divider systems.
Yeah.
So it can be a camera case, it can be a recovery kit, it could be a cook kit, whatever you choose.
I get the sense that these can be cut as well.
Absolutely.
Like it seems like there's a little plastic in there, but
very simple to cut with a razor knife and a straight edge. You can cut it all the way through to create a different connection here, or if you cut it in just one side and bend it at a 90 degree, you can create some unique solutions that way. We've even had solutions run diagonally through the case system for a fishing rod case, or whatever might be the case for your particular needs. You can create your own, and that's what I love about it. It's an ingenious way of creating a unique one-off divider system.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. It looks super useful, and the thinness, you don't lose a lot of space. How's the durability of that? Because I'm used to seeing a lot of styrofoam padding, and this has just a little bit, like maybe a quarter-inch of styrofoam on each side.
Yeah, it's a quarter-inch foam on top of a heavy-duty corrugated plastic material, and you look at it, you go, oh boy, that's like what they make those signs out in the yard, right? Yeah. You know, like your politics signs. No, this is a much more robust material. Okay. If you look at it, there is some rigidity to it. Okay. And it holds up to just about anything you throw it at, especially when it has the safeguard of a box around it, and you put it in there and start pinning it in place.
Can I put my camera gear in there and everything?
Absolutely. Anything that you have that is of value.
MOLLE panels seem to be all of the rage.
Yep.
How do we put one of these in here?
How does that integrate?
How can we integrate it? Yeah.
So what this is designed to do, it's part of a system that we have. We're calling it the coffee kit, and this is a part of it. It comes with a MOLLE panel, a shelf, some outrigger table options. But how we put this in here is this goes in replacement for the foam panel that comes as part of the kit. If you leave that off of there, you can put that right in there. It has cutouts again for the straps. Put in place, okay? So that's what it's going to look like. Now, how do we get it to there, right? Yeah. So the best way that I have found is we take this out here, and we do it from the outside in. We line this up, and it pretty darn close to squares itself. If you look over here, we're just a little bit off the notch here, a little off the notch here, and that squares this up right here. So you see how we've got it close to there? We come over, and it's very close to the same spot here. You can measure it off of each side and make sure that all of those dimensions are square. Hold that in place, take a Sharpie, and go down right through this access hole here. There is a threaded insert in the MOLLE panel itself, right down inside that hole. So if you take a Sharpie and make a dot on the lid of the panel, you'll have 4 locations on the lid here. You take a drill bit, it's about just one size bigger than 1/8 of an inch. Drill a hole in the case in those 4 locations. Now this is threaded right here. So when you do that, at the It comes with 4 screws. You put this back in place, lined up to those 4 holes. You can use a little bit of silicone on the screw itself, screw it in there, and it is threaded, so it'll hold itself in place. This way, when it's in here and in the right location, it will clear the lid and close and work perfectly in that thing.
Okay. In adventure travel, what are the first 3 things you take with you? Or the things you wouldn't leave home without?
1, a good attitude. 2, a good credit card. And the passport. And quite honestly, from there, you can get anything you need. But if you're traveling locally, a couple things that I would want to make sure of is that the vehicle, whatever that vehicle is, make sure that it's in good condition. It doesn't need the fanciest struts or the fanciest tires or all the protection. It just needs to be able to get you home. Rule number 1, get home. So make sure that your vehicle's in a good condition. 2, I would go out and try what you want to do and figure out what you need. Don't try to build everything and buy everything up front before you go out and travel. Take that money and spend it on some gas and go do something, and then sit there and think, how would my life be better? What would be a good thing for me to have?
All right, I need a credit card.
Yep.
I need a good attitude. But I'm a gearhead. Like, I love gear, and I want to use gear. Let's break it down. 3 pieces of gear
Yep.
that you always want to have.
Fridge.
Point of view.
Number 1 to me is a fridge. And we can set it up so that it's working off of your vehicle's battery. And that's possible to do. So you don't need to have a big fancy battery system on there unless you're going on world travel or extended time. Get a fridge. We'll find a way of plugging it in so that you can try it.
You're saying that's a game changer. That just
Completely changes the whole game. I'm a devout steel-belted Coleman cooler guy. Have been my whole life. Man, that's a lot of ice I could pay for in exchange. But once I had a fridge within the first trip, it changed the whole game. The second one I would do is find a way of getting an awning on the side of your vehicle. It doesn't have to be a fancy awning, some type of shade, especially where we are out here in the Southwest. Shade can save your life. So personally, I would say that shade is the second one. It can be used at the soccer game, and it can be used out on the trail as well. So I would go with a good awning.
Okay.
The third thing that I would do is get a good map, paper map, something that you can get a big idea about where you are, and then go down and get your GPS and figure out where all the small stuff is. So
It's really a bummer when your battery dies.
yeah, I sure can.
Or when you thought you downloaded the map onto your phone and you get out there and you realize
You're not in the right spot.
Or for whatever reason, there's an update that needs to happen before you can actually access it. You have no way to update.
Yeah, I'm an OG guy. I run with paper. I have the other options too, but
All those things, by the way, have happened
me too.
in the last 3 months, in fact.
Okay, John, so what we've taken a look at is the Aluboxes. We've taken a really good hard look at the layout of the interior of the RuumX system and how that goes together, not only in the case here, but also we took a look inside the drawer system over here. Now, I know that you guys have a couple of the Aluboxes, and you also have a really nice setup with the MITS alloy on the back of the Prospector.
We do.
Awesome truck. I'm quite jealous of that truck. But I took a look inside that drawer, and it looks a little bit better than that case, but not much at all. So we sorted out a plan with enough materials for you guys to go and have some fun putting all the things together. And what I really enjoy about it is I'm OCD. I am completely off the charts OCD-wise. So building something where it fits, that I know if it's missing, I know it. If it's there, it's in good shape.
Everything has its place.
As a place, right?
Absolutely.
And I drive a lot of my friends that I go camping with nuts over that kind of stuff. But anyway, what I would love to see is what you guys come up with. So head back to the shop, take a look at all that stuff, have some fun with it, and please come back and let me see what.
Yeah, we will. We'll look forward to it.